and now she can't even press the clutch. The wife knew she was waiting for her final evaluation from the civil service. She secretly resolved to help her husband awaken his weeping soul, so she started handing out relief coupons along with some discount vouchers. Among the dusty, desperate beaux, she saw Minjing, a face worn by life's bargain sales, still radiating resilience. For a bit of food, she reluctantly returned for seconds, thinking this could keep her and the kids fed for a mini holiday. Faced with the staff's interrogation, the kind wife stepped in to help, and when Minjing took the food, the wife thought, maybe she could model for my husband. Upon arriving home, she, like an energized artist, told her husband the model was attractive. Yet at that moment, the professor was so weak he could barely lift a cup. His ideals were heavier than brain. How could he possibly pick up that paintbrush again? Which made her feel so humiliated and insignificant. Looking at her husband in this state, the wife still refused to abandon hope. The next day, she entered the restaurant where Minjing washed dishes, thanking her for yesterday's help. But she was a bit worried because in the past, help came with unseen fees. Subtitles. She intended to invite her to work as a model, but the wife didn't beat around the bush and spoke directly. But Minjing's confidence faded when she saw the nude sculptures. She realized that while the job paid well, it demanded a complete strip-down like some orientation test. Standing before another man was a mountain she felt she couldn't climb, especially with her timid personality, despite her tough living situation. Yet she had her boundaries until she returned to that dark, shabby home and looked at her forever kids. Remembering that penny-pinching man, she finally mustered the courage to face fate, showing up at the professor's door the next morning. She again met the smiling wife, revealing that she wanted to try that job and asked her to keep it under wrap. The wife didn't mind at all, immediately giving her a month's pay and personally helping Minjing wash up, transforming her once greasy face into a fresh beauty. With the wife leading the way, Minjing nervously approached the professor's studio, and upon entering, she was amazed by all the tools and sculptures. And then there's the frail professor. Minjing was too shy to look up, but she knew exactly what she had to do. Although still somewhat baffled, she turned away to start undressing as the professor asked her to raise her hands or turn around. Minjing awkwardly started, her body outlined in the sunlight like an open book. Even after 2 kids, she retained a youthful sparkle in her eyes. Her body was like a piece of art, soft and smooth, simply natural. She sparked a long-lost feeling in the professor's soul, while a distant checkmate sat silently in the hallway. No one knew what she was thinking at that moment. Perhaps Minjing's arrival sparked her imagination. The professor desperately picked up the paintbrush and practiced lines on paper repeatedly, despite his weakness. Time and time again, page by page, she told herself, "I can try one more time." Finally, after countless attempts, she created the perfect curve. Minjing remained shy, yet in silence they found a tacit rhythm together. The sketches in the professor's notebook changed from simple lines to her deep, captivating form. Subtitles. Minjing began to sway gently along with the music, gradually comprehending the essence of the professor's art. She tossed her cane away and freely walked through the countryside, enthusiastically greeting the phone lines in the fields, making her wife happy as well. The wife wasn't jealous of the interaction between the professor and Minjing. Rather, she felt like the family sponsor. Minjing was no longer shy, even though she still knew nothing about art. But spending time with the professor revealed a whole new level of interaction for her. On weekends off, Minjing often chatted with the prof. She asked where rice fields ended and if the car still ran. In response to her questions, the professor would simply start the car, taking Minjing into the rice field shed mentioned. They drove far away, with the rice fields leading to the shimmering sea, helping her shed life's burdens. In that moment, words felt swept away by the waves. but it was fleeting. When she found a new job, her husband didn't ask. Instead, he swooped in like a mountain, stealing Minjing's money from the cupboard. Minjing tried to stop him, only to receive punches, living without dignity. After a hectic day, she returned home only to discover her husband exercising with another woman, her heart growing cold as she endured more kicks and punches. The next day, Minjing, bruised and battered, went back to the professor, her large hat failing to hide the pain inside her heart. The professor gently asked, "Does it hurt?" And her smile rippled through his heart. Subtitles. She effortlessly coordinated with the professor's creative process, her elegant figure and proficient movements leaving him utterly amazed. After days of continuous creation, the professor felt unwell again. The old doctor sternly reminded him, "Is there something internally wrong?" But the professor only cared about creating great work. During this time, the wife often had the servants buy groceries and bring a portion for Minjing. Minjing was grateful for her kindness. In her eyes, the professor and his wife were her benefactors. If you enjoyed this story, please remember to subscribe to our channel and don't miss out on the next exciting episode.